everyone, this is Shirley. In this video, I'm trying something a little different by adding some narrative commentary while I color. This coloring page has the cozy kind of style I really love. The whole scene features lemons and two little squirrels whispering to each other. I'm starting with the lemon leaves first. I like giving each leaf a slightly different shade, so I've got a bunch of greens and earthy tones ready beside me. Every leaf has its own highlights and shadows, so I usually start with a base layer first, leaving the highlight areas lighter. You can totally keep the leaves a solid color, but if you want a little more texture, try adding some leaf veins. Using a darker green, just make a few simple strokes following the natural direction of the leaf. It really helps the veins open up naturally and makes the leaves look more realistic. Next, let's work on a few more leaves using different shades of green. If you're interested in this hand-drawn coloring page, feel free to visit my Etsy shop. The link is in the video description, and you can also find it in my bio. I'd love to color together with you. Now it's time for the lemons. We can think of a lemon as an oval-shaped 3D form, which means it has a light side and a shadow side. If you look closely, there's also a small bump at the tip of the lemon, and that's another area I like to deepen a little to give it more dimension. The color of the lemons can vary too. They can be mostly yellow or adding a little green for a more natural look. Keep the highlight areas lighter. Here I'm imagining the light source coming from the upper right side of the page, so the side facing away from the light needs to be a bit darker. I really like the scent of lemon blossoms. What about you? The petals are white, sometimes with just a tiny hint of pink around the edges. When coloring the branches, I'm using a few different shades of brown. I even add some black near the lower parts of the branches to deepen the shadows. You'll also notice how the white flowers really stand out against the darker branches in the background. There are more lemons and leaves to color on the left side of the page, so I'm just using the same methods I mentioned earlier to finish that section. If you're interested in this hand-drawn coloring page, feel free to visit my Etsy shop. The link is in the video description, and you can also find it in my bio. I'd love to color together with you. When drawing tiny leaf stems, make sure your pencil is nicely sharpened. That's one of the reasons I like using polychromos for this kind of work. The core is harder, so even when it's sharpened, it holds its point well and makes it much easier to draw very fine details. The flowers are still colored using the same method as before. I deepen the center with green to make it feel a bit sunken and more dimensional. For the bow, if you want that ribbon-like texture, just focus on the light and shadow. Keep the highlights lighter and use a darker tone to build up the shadows. I also added some striped patterns here, but you can totally get creative with it. Solid color, stripes, polka dots, anything works. The main part of the flower basket was accidentally deleted during recording, so it wasn't captured. But the basket itself can be a slightly deeper color, which helps it contrast nicely with the flowers on top and makes everything stand out more. For the handle of the basket, follow the direction of the line art. I alternate brown with little white gaps to give it that woven texture. Then I use a sharpened black pencil to define the shadowed areas more precisely. I keep the upper parts a bit lighter, where the light naturally hits it. A few small fruits are colored by slowly blending soft greens and reds together in layers. Now moving on to the squirrel part. I'm using a sharpened black pencil to draw the eyes, making sure to leave small highlights uncolored so the eyes look lively and full of expression. When drawing animals, it's important to follow the direction of the fur. For example, the fur on the nose grows upward, so my strokes also go from bottom to top with a lighter touch. The cheek fur spreads outward from the eyes, so I adjust my strokes in that direction. The fur on the body also follows the natural growth direction from top to bottom. For the first layer, I'm just laying a base so the strokes stay light and soft. Then I build up more layers using different colors. Don't rush this part. It takes patience to build animal fur properly. Layer by layer, the fur becomes fuller and more realistic. The tail has a much fluffier feel, and you can clearly see the fur is longer and more loose compared to the body. So when I color the tail, I use longer brush-like strokes. I also build it up with multiple layers using different browns, ochre, and gray tones. A bit of white blending at the end helps everything look softer and more natural. The other squirrel has a little bow, and I chose red for it. It really stands out in the scene and adds a pop of color to an otherwise yellow-green palette. The way I color this squirrel is basically the same as the first one, just with a slightly different color combination. Now we're moving into the final stage of the whole piece. The little squirrel is sitting on a mossy wooden stump, and the lemon techniques I mentioned earlier also apply here. There's also a half-cut lemon, and I'm using fine, radiating strokes to build up the texture of the flesh. The strokes go outward from the center, which really helps give it that juicy, detailed look. That's it for this coloring page walkthrough. The guided video is speeded up and slightly edited. If you like to slow down and color along with me, feel free to check out my Color Along series, where each piece is split into 3 episodes with a real-time, music-only immersive experience. Or if you prefer the full fast-paced version, you can also find the sped-up video on my channel. I'll also be launching my membership soon, where some tutorial-style videos will be members only. I'd really appreciate your support when that comes out. Thank you so much for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in the next video.